welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Fall of the Necromancer Week.
Darkness has returned. From out of the darkness, the Necromancer has come.
So yes, welcome back everyone to Fall of the Necromancer Week. I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. This is our third video of Fall of the Necromancer Week, and first one was our first impressions, second one was the scenarios, and now this one will be about the army list and the legendary legions. So competitive players of SPG, welcome to the channel. These are very cool army lists, very cool legendary legions as well. There is 4 legendary legions in total, and of course there's the army lists that show up in this supplement. We're going to go through and give my first thoughts and impressions, and let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. Also, if you guys would like to join in on the Fall of the Necromancer Week giveaway that was going on, where you can win a copy of your very own Fall of the Necromancer supplement, as well as the new Plastic Witch King, all you have to do in the comment section below is what is your favorite legendary legion and why, and you'll be instantly entered into the draw to win. And all you have to do is leave a comment of what is your favorite legendary legion and why. As well, you must be subscribed and leave a like as well, because this is all for the subscribers. You guys help me out on the channel, and I appreciate it, and I want to give back to you in some way that I can. So getting on with it, let's get into the legendary legions. Well, let's start off with the army list first. So the White Council is the first one. So as you guys can see, pretty much what you'd expect. So we have Saruman Galadriel, Lady of Light, Elrond, Master of Rivendell, Gandalf the Grey, Radagast the Brown, Glorfindel, Lord of the West, and Celeborn. So it's nice they added Glorfindel and Celeborn, which don't appear in the films, but obviously are part of the White Council in the lore. So it's nice that they have put them into this army list. Of course, we have the army bonus is the are you in need of assistance? Any member of the White Council in this army list adds 1+ to the dice roll when attempting to resist magic, so long as there is another member of the White Council from this army list within 6 inches. And it goes off the key models, so Saruman the White, Galadriel, Gandalf, Elrond, and goes off about their strengths and weaknesses of the army list as well. So what you'd expect from these army lists and from these supplements recently. Next up we have Radagast Alliance, which of course is Radagast, Beorn, Whitehair, and Grey Eagles. We have the Eagles are coming for their army bonus, so Eagles models from this army let's gain a bonus of +1 to their strength value on the turn in which they charge. Awesome. Really good army list. I haven't played this myself. I do have a lot of Eagles, I do have Radagast, I've got Beorn, so it'd be a very cool army list to check out. And again, we have the strengths and weaknesses as well. Next up we have the Hordes of Thranduil. Basically, I think is the same, except this one has Wood Elf Sentinels. I don't believe the old one did, correct me if I'm wrong. I probably should have this, I've got the book somewhere, but I probably should have checked. Wood Elf Sentinels in this army list I think is really good. Really gives them a nice edge to it, I guess. And again, we have strengths, weaknesses like low model count, expensive heroes, strengths are high fight value, potential for unlimited shooting, and the army bonus as well. We have the Dark Powers of Dol Guldur, so this is the Necromancer, the Nazgul, the Keeper of the Dungeons, Castellans, Hunter Orc Captains, Gundabad Orc Captains, Hunter Orcs, Gundabad Orc Warriors, Felwargs, and Mirkwood Spiders. Next up we have is the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood. I think, this is the last one, then on to the Legendary Legion, which is the really juicy stuff here. So Dark Denizens of Mirkwood, we have the Spider Queen, Mirkwood Spiders, Giant Spiders, Bat Swarms, and Felwargs. So we are up to the Legendary Legions, and first up we have the Rangers of Mirkwood. Now, I know a lot of people were hoping, dreading this army list, thinking that it could be quite competitive, obviously like the Rangers of Ithilien, with the unlimited shooting, you just stand back and shoot. Obviously with some, I would say, scenarios, you're obviously going to have to go up and, contest objectives. You won't always be able to win just standing at the back of the board and shooting. Some scenarios you will be able to, Reconnoiter, one example, if you are the one defending, you could just defend and shoot them all day long. Yeah, I think it's interesting. This one I don't see as being as bad as Rangers of the Thillion. I'm pretty sure recently Rangers of the Thillion got nerfed as well, so they're not as bad. And with this Legendary Legion as well, all you have is Legolas, Greenleaf, Prince of Mirkwood, which you can take his Elven Cloak. You have Tariel with an Elf Bow, Mirkwood Ranger Captains, Mirkwood Rangers, and you can get a Warhorn, and Wood Elf Sentinels. That is it. You don't have Thranduil, you don't have anything like that. So it is literally the Rangers. It's what you would see when they help with the Dwarves, with when they save Thorin's hopping from the spiders. That is pretty much the Legendary Legion. That is this one. So, with the additional rules, a Rangers of Mirkwood force must contain either Legolas, Greenleaf, Prince of Mirkwood, or Tariel, so you must take one of them. So you just can't take Ranger Captains and Rangers, you have to take at least one hero. And a Rangers of Mirkwood force may have 100% of its models armed with bows, obviously, that makes sense. Special rules, so Knife Mastery. Friendly models may reroll 1s to wound when making strikes. Additionally, friendly models may use the shielding special rule even though they are not armed with a shield. However, if they select a shield, they may not use a Knife Fighters or Blade Mistress special rule. So, that is every model. That's not just Rangers, that is every single model. So re-rolling 1s to wound is amazing. Rolling 1s to wound, you're basically fainting for free. That's awesome. You don't have the the downside of fainting either. We have the Prince of Mirkwood. Legolas gains the Knife Fighter special rule and part of his Legendary Legion. I know a lot of people thought he should have this in general, because the Mirkwood Rangers have obviously Tariel has a Blade Mistress. So that's very, very cool. And I believe the Knife Fighters, it's not as bad as Tariel, so I think he only gets 1 extra attack, but still 3 attack leggy. So it's awesome. It's awesome. We have Clear the Nest, so friendly models gain the Hatred Spider special rule. Very, I'd say this special rule is very situational, but it's obviously very thematic. We have Masters of the Forest. Whenever a friendly model that is within 1 inch of a tree or within a piece of woodland terrain suffers a wound, roll a d6. On the roll of a natural 6, that wound is ignored, exactly if a point of fate has been spent. Now, again, very situational because it's within a woodland area or within 1 inch of a tree. But on most Middle-earth boards, on most tournament boards, you do see at least a couple of trees. Again, you wouldn't be able to sit around there. Obviously, if some scenario, you're gonna have to go, and claim the objectives that probably won't be within the tree. Maybe they will be, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Again, with a Knife Mastery, like this army can be good. Don't get me wrong. I think it is competitive, and I think it will probably grace top tables. But I still don't think it's as bad as what Rangers of the Thillion were at their peak. And then we also have Silent Ambush. So in scenarios where you roll for additional forces to arrive, such as those used in the reinforcements table, you receive a bonus of +1 to the dice roll for warbands from this Legendary Legion. In scenarios where you roll to see which part of the board your warbands deploy in, you may modify the dice roll by +1 or -1. And I think that's as almost, if not any, that's probably one of their best rules in this Legion. We have the Vanquishers of the Necromancer. Now this one was, I believe, leaked before the supplement came out, and a lot of people were going, wow. And I know a lot of people have come out since and be like, wow, this could be very, very competitive. I don't think it's as competitive as people think. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. And the special rules that are in there, and I think it's going to go well at the points value where you can take all of them as they're supposed to be. I think if you take a few of them, I think they'll do well, but the low model count and with scenarios where you have to go and capture objectives, I don't think it's going to go particularly well, especially at the points value, like, was that 300, 5? It's about, I think it's around 800 points, or around that, 800, 850 I think. So 800 point game, you're going to have at least, you've got 5 models compared to what a normal 800 point army would probably have, like, what, 40, 50 models maybe, between 30 and 50. So I think they'll definitely hold their own with the special rules and with the characters that they have. But yeah, I don't think it's overly competitive, and I think it's going to be more of a hindrance for top table players than it will be for for this army to actually grace the top table. It'll stop people getting to the top table. But it won't get to the top table itself, if that makes sense. That's what I think. I may be completely wrong, but that's just what I think. So in this army we have Saruman the White, Galadriel Lady of Light, Gandalf the Grey, Elrond Master of Rivendell with heavy armor, and Radagast the Brown, and he can take his sleigh as well. So additional rules: the Vanquishers of the Necromancer must always include Galadriel Lady of Light and Saruman the White. Saruman the White is always the army's leader, so you must take those 2 points. So that you can take Saruman and Galadriel, and that's 300 points. So minimum 300 points. A Vanquishers of the Necromancer force is always deployed as a single warband, with Saruman as the warband's captain. I'm a massive fan of this. Instead of everyone deploying in separate, areas of the board and then have to come together, that has destroyed some games that I played at tournaments. Back when I used to do tournaments a couple of years ago, there was this one game where it wasn't like an army like this. I think it was like I was playing Erebor Reclaimed. I think it was Erebor Reclaimed or something like that. And my entire army was split, and there was nothing I could have done about it. I just got picked off one by one. It was absolutely horrible. But yeah, rules that you can deploy all with one, I think is great. Especially when it's multiple heroes. Like if it's just single heroes and you're gonna get swamped and it's not gonna be a fun day. Then we get into the special rules. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 special rules. So the first one is, are you in need of assistance? Friendly models gain a bonus of +1 to resist tests if they were within 6 inches of another friendly model. It's pretty good. Masters of Magic. Friendly models may still attempt to cast magical powers even if they are already engaged in combat. Amazing. Does this mean they're going to not... If Gandalf uses Sorcerer's Blast in his own combat, does that mean it's going to knock himself down? Theoretically, yes, because it would knock down the entire combat. If I think it should happen, I don't think so, because he's the one casting it, but it's probably going to get FAQ'd. It's probably already been talked about, and I just haven't seen it. We have Metal not in the affairs of wizards. The attacks characteristic of wizard models in this legendary legion is always equal to their remaining wounds. This is amazing. So we have Saruman, Gandalf, and Radagast all have 3 attacks each as they're starting. That's amazing. We've always wanted wizards that have always wanted, multiple attacks. Gandalf the White's got 2 attacks now, which is good. And this kind of counteracts the fact that they've got a low model count. The most in this army you can take is 5. And having 1 attack wizard, just you're always having that threat of maybe rolling a 3 or 4 and having to spend all you might to win a single combat. Now that you've got 3 dice or 2 dice, you're not going to be as worried. You still have a little limited model count, which is not great, but I think it'll be you won't be as dire because you have those dice, and even if you get down to 1 wound, you'll see there is another special rule from Radagast in this legendary legion that you can increase models wound. So you might go down to 1 wound, but then you go up to 2 attacks. So it's really cool. It's really cool. Lady of the Golden Wood. Galadriel may target enemy model any enemy model with the banishment magical power as if they were a spirit model. Non-spirit models targeted by Galadriel's banishment gain a single 3-point will to immediately resist this magical power. Additionally, friendly models within 3 inches of Galadriel gain resistance to magic. Again, resistant to magic, it's awesome. And Galadriel, targeting any spirit model. So again, this is probably people with, no faith is what you'd want to go up against. Boromir or Gondor, the Balrog, anything like that. Trolls, you could do against trolls. I think it's very good, very very cool. And I think people have wanted this for a while now. You can take it into Legendary Legion, which is awesome. I definitely want to take this Legendary Legion and put up against another Legendary Legion, against the Rise of the Necromancer Legion. I think that would be very cool, having those 2 legions face against each other. I think that could be very fun. We have the Grey Wanderer. Gandalf gains the Fearless special rule, which on the face of it doesn't sound great, but using all his will, he probably will run out of will eventually, or get down to 1 will where you want to keep up, blinding light on you, something like that. You want to keep something up. maybe you won't because you got Galadriel, but you'd want to keep something up, and you don't want to spend that last will point. You only have that one for resistance, and you want to charge into something, you roll double ones. And I just think that's very cool. I think that's a better rule than people I think will think it is. And then furthermore, friendly models within 3 inches of Gandalf cannot have their courage value reduced by enemy magic powers or such rules. Which, on the face of it, again, doesn't sound great. But once you delve deeper into it, where you're going up against a Necromancer, when you're going up against normal raves, where you can drain courage, sap will, all that kind of stuff, it's actually quite good. It's probably very situational again. I think this army list is very situational. If you go up against raves, if you're going up against spirit models, going up against other hero heavy lists, like other hero legendary legions, I think it could be very cool. Like I said, I think Vanquishers of the Necromancer and Rise of the Necromancer Legendary Legion could be a very cool game to have. We have Lord of Enladris. Everyone may declare a heroic strike every 5 phase without expending might. Additionally, other friendly models within 3 inches of Elrond count as being in range of a banner. I mean, amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Next, like, a heroic strike. Elrond's what? He's already 5'7", isn't he? 6 or 7. So yeah, obviously, again, situational because he's probably going to be mostly high fire than in Wells. He'll be higher fire than the ring rays, honestly. But up against Azogs, up against other models with higher fire, because we are seeing models with higher fire values now. I think could be very fun. Be 3 inches of Elrond being counted as a range of a banner. You'd want to keep these guys close to each other because their effects bound off each other. So with Galadriel within 3 inches gaining resistance to magic, and then we have if another model was within 6 inches of another friendly model, they get +1 to resist tests. That bounces off itself. And then we have friendly models within 3 inches of Gandalf cannot have their courage value reduced. And then we have 3 inches of Elrond being cut around, within a banner essentially. So you want to keep these guys together. We have Wisest of the Astari, and this one is actually insane. Saruman can attempt to cast 2 magical powers each turn rather than 1. That's bogus. Absolutely bogus. But may not attempt to cast the same magical power twice or target the same model twice. That makes sense, that doesn't make it okay. Additionally, when other friendly models within 3 inches of Saruman attempt to cast a magical power, they may re-roll a single d6 as part of their casting attempt. Basically having a free will point for free. For free when casting magical powers. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. We have Protector of the Greenwood. Once each turn, any point in the move phase, Radagast may choose a single model in base contact with him and roll a d6. On a 4 or a 5, the chosen model regains a wound lost earlier in the battle. On a 6, the model regains all of its wounds. Additionally, friendly models with 3 inches of Radagast may attempt to move through difficult terrain without penalty. Move through terrain without penalty is not a massive issue, but as you guys can see, that one, along with the wizards being able to attack, having as many attacks as their wounds left, doesn't say he will be able to do it to himself because he has to be in base contact with them. He can't do it to himself, unfortunately, which is a bit unfortunate. But it seems like Radagast is going to be like, that healer. You want him not so much in the front lines. Maybe with his slay he will, possibly. But I think that's a very cool rule. Very cool rule. And it's at any point in his move phase, so you don't have to start in base contact with him. You don't have to end in base contact. You could be halfway through your move. Roll the dice on a 50-50 shot. You're at least getting 1 move back. So yeah, I think that's very cool. And then we have Go Back to the Void from Whence You Came. Once per game, if Galadriel has at least 1 point of will remaining, so you want to keep at least 1 point of will remaining, maybe 2. If you've got any magical powers that you want to keep going. Galadriel may choose to exert her full power instead of casting magical power. If she does so, then she immediately casts a channel version of the banishment magical power, which cannot be resisted. Models may use Fate to prevent these wounds individually as normal. However, immediately after casting the banishment power magical effect in this way, place Galadriel prone and reduce her will to 0. Okay, so it doesn't matter, so you at least want 1 point also. I didn't read that entire thing, so it doesn't matter if you got 2, it doesn't matter if you got 1, as long as you got 1 left. Additionally, for the rest of the battle, she does not benefit from her Lady of Authority and War Aspect special rules, so that's pretty massive. But like this is probably, you know, your last turn, bang. And yeah, channel version of banishment, you can't resist it. Using fate points, they can use fate points, but on anything that doesn't have fate, they're pretty screwed. They are pretty screwed. And yeah, that is the Vanquishers of Necromancer. What do you got? Yeah, let me know what you guys think in that one. Right, that is a lot of special rules. A very cool army to play with, I would say. But yeah, I think that's awesome. Next up, we have the Pits of Dol Guldur. Now, this one I always thought was going to be the one that. It seems like this is the one that guards Dol Guldur. I always thought that this would be the army list that goes and attacks the Lonely Mountain. You know, with one of the special rules here, the surprise attack special rule. I thought that'd be like the worms coming out of the ground, and then this is the army that attacks the Lonely Mountain. So I thought it would have good about ogres, good about trolls, catapult trolls, that kind of stuff in it. But unfortunately, it doesn't. It seems like this is the one that guards Dol Guldur. So we have Azog on the White Warg. You know, Azog, you can pay for the White Warg. Keeper of the Dungeons. Gundabad Orc Captain, you can pay for a shield. We have Hunter Orc Captains, you can pay for a Fell Warg, an Orc Bow, and a two-hand pick. You have Thrain the Broker, which is an interesting choice to have. We have Gundabad Orc Warriors, you can pay for a banner, a shield, or a spear. Hunter Orcs, you can pay for a Warhorn, banner, Fell Warg, Orc Bow, or two-hand pick. You can also take a Fell Warg. So Pits of Dol Guldur force must include Azog, who is always the army's leader. And the special rule, so a surprise attack like I was saying before, hit him within the Dol Guldur, Azog and his orcs will strike at the most opportune moments. So once per game before priority is determined, so long as he is alive and on the battlefield, Azog can declare that he is using this ability. If he does so, do not roll for priority. Instead, Azog's controlling play will automatically win the priority roll. Additionally, enemy models may not declare heroic moves in the following move phase. That is huge. Absolutely huge. You're basically getting... you're getting priority for free, but you don't have to roll, and there's nothing they can do about it. How many times have you guys won, you know, or on the last turn of the game, or like a critical turn, you got everything lined up, ready to go, and you lose priority, and you lose your heroic move lead, it doesn't go off, and you lose the game because of it. This, you know, it is a specific army list, but I think, unfortunately, Azog, he doesn't have armor, he doesn't have a stone flail, he doesn't have his signal tower. The signal tower doesn't really matter, but I think that could be a nice touch. I think at least if he had armor, because he's defense 5, Azog would want fate. Yes, the White Flag has fate and they can share it, but it's unfortunate that he's only defense 5, so he can go down the shooting. If he had armor, it would have been a lot better. But yeah, that is a very, very good rule, I would say. Another one, Magical Void, interesting one, because he's you know, they're always lurking around Dol Guldur, so they, you know, they're used to the Necromancer's presence. Friendly models gain the resist to magic special rule, which on the face of it isn't great, but you know, it can be good. It can be good. You know, you know, if Saruman or, you know, Gandalf or, you know, someone's trying to, you know, strike down Sorcerer's Blast is the one I'm trying to think about. Sorcerer's Blast, an orc, just a random orc, they can resist it. It's pretty mental. It's pretty mental. Fury of the Pale Orc. Azog may declare a hurried combat each turn without expending life. Again, pretty crazy with Azog. Yeah, you'd want to go up against normal warriors and then maybe charge into a hero with that. But again, a very cool army. Again, another one I would probably want to take, but I definitely want to take the Vanquishers over that one. But I think that, honestly, with those special rules, that could they maybe grace a top table, possibly. Have to wait and see. And then we have, I believe, is the last Legendary Legion, the Rise of the Necromancer. Now, this one I could possibly see maybe gracing a top table. If not, getting very, very close. So we have the Necromancer of Dol Guldur, the Nazgul of Dol Guldur, the Keeper of the Dungeons, and the Castellan of Dol Guldur with a Morgul Blade. A rise of the Necromancer force must include the Necromancer of Dol Guldur, who is always the army's leader. A rise of the Necromancer force is always deployed as a single warband with the Necromancer of Dol Guldur as the warband's captain. So you can see why I think that a rise of Necromancer Legendary Legion and a Vanquishers of the Necromancer Legendary Legion could be a very cool fitting matchup, because they're both one warband, they're both going to deploy together. I think that could be a very fun, once I build my Dol Guldur board, in its entirety, I think that could be a very fun matchup to have. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys like to see that. So the special rules. So his spirit has lost none of its potency. Whenever the Necromancer of Dol Guldur attempts to cast a magical power by expending one or more will points, he automatically adds an extra free will point to the casting test. I think he had this. I'm pretty sure one of the other legendary legions or an army list had this. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think I've heard this one before. Power of the Necromancer. Friendly models gain the resistance to any special will. Pretty cool. Especially the Nazgul, because they don't have will. Well, not any will anyway. So very cool. Helps them to survive a little bit. Additionally, the Necromancer can attempt to cast 2 magical powers each turn rather than 1. However, he may not attempt to cast the same magical power twice, so no, you can't double curse. Or target the same enemy model twice. So just like Saruman. Just like Saruman in the other legendary legion. And the Dark Lord returns. The Necromancer of Dol Guldur increases his attack characteristic to 2 when part of this legendary legion. And that's all the special rules. But it's all about the Necromancer here. Obviously, it makes sense. He's Sauron. He's a badass. And yeah, if you guys didn't watch in the last video, I was able to pick up a Necromancer. So I will be able to paint him up. I've got all the models in this legendary legion now. I've got some Castellans. I bought some Castellans when they came back. I've got the Cave of Dungeons. I've got all 9 Nazgul Dol Guldur also, and I picked up the White Council box set. So I do have every single model for these 2 legendary legions, which is very, very cool. So you might see, it will probably be a while before I can get it done. But on the channel, probably in the next couple of months, you might see a game like this. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see that. And there we go. That is the that's everything from the Fallen Necromancer. That is the army list and the legendary legion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would say ranking from my best to worst, who I would like to play the most. This is my own opinion from what I would like to play, not what I think is the best one in here. I would say I'd want to play the Vanquishers first, and then I'd say the Necromancer Legion, and then I would say Azog and the Pits of Dol Guldur, and then the Rangers. Don't get me wrong, I love the Mirkwood Rangers, but I just think with all those special rules, you can't knock back the Vanquishers. I think that'd be very, very cool. Again, I'd say you'd probably want to take them all for it to be most effective. Obviously, it'd be most effective to take them all, so it's a very niche list. I think it's about 850 points. I could be wrong. It's around that anyway. I'll put it in below so you guys can see. I think it's going to be a very cool legion to play as. And then again, I think the Pits of Dol Guldur versus the Mirkwood Rangers could be fun as well, because they both have surprise attacks, so that could be interesting as well. Obviously they're a bit different, but I think that could be a very cool matchup. So four different legendary legions, and they both could, all of them could verse each other, to a pretty good game, I would say. So I'm seeing a lot of Vanquishers versus the Rise of the Necromancer Legion. I'm not seeing a lot of Pits of Dol Guldur versus the Rangers of the Mirkwood, but I think that could be a very cool matchup as well. But let me know what your opinion, guys, of the legendary legions and the army list. Well, most of you the legendary legions, and that's why you guys are here. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys like to enter the giveaway, don't forget to leave a comment below. What is your favorite legendary legion and why? And also just right below anyway. Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys and get a discussion going. But yeah, if you guys would like to enter the giveaway for a new Plastic Witch King or the Fallen Necromancer supplement, make sure to post in the description below what is your favorite legendary legion and why, and you'll be entered the draw if you're a subscriber and have liked the video as well. But and do that anyway, because it's cool to do. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying Fallen Necromancer week so far. The next video up will be all about some scenery, so I hope you guys are ready for that one. That'll be up next week sometime. But hope you guys are enjoying so far. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys, and happy gaming.